Okay, hello YouTube. I just figured something out today, and I was looking for somebody else on YouTube who had maybe solved this problem, and I couldn't find anybody. I've already injured myself doing this job, but I'm going to show you how I found a solution. Those of you who have changed the fuel pumps on these Chrysler 300Cs, and I suppose that would apply to other Chrysler products, there's two fuel pumps. This one is on the driver's side, and there's another one on the other side. And the bugaboo is getting that snap ring on there, okay? And I found a solution which was cheap and easy, but it did work. Good Lord, you can see I've got some blood over there. I actually snapped one of the pliers onto my finger. Okay, we don't want you to do that. First of all, I've actually run through a couple of these fuel pumps on this car. The real cheap ones on eBay don't last very long, and I had one quit while it gave it up while my wife was driving the car, and boy, all hell broke loose. You know, that about cost me 50 grand in a new car because a stupid fuel pump went out. But anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I had bought the cheap one. They were about, I don't know, 57 bucks each side, something like that. Well, the one on the driver's side is the bugaboo. That's the problem one. And it costs about 137 bucks. So I'll just tell you a little tip. What I did was I found one on eBay and then took it into AutoZone and asked them if they would price match. And they kind of did. I wanted the good one, you know, the $137 one. You can buy that on Amazon. You can buy that on eBay. You can find these things, but don't buy the cheap one. It gives it up. So the other side, I don't think is the passenger side is not quite so critical, but I took it in on my phone. I showed Amazon, and they price matched me down to about 85 bucks. So that was good of Amazon, and also free replacement. But I know that it's a higher quality pump. Okay, at least I think so. So getting it in, you know, you can see other videos on how to get it in. The problem is not getting the pump in. That's fairly easy, and the one on the other side is fairly easy. The problem is this snap ring, and I swear to you, you can see what I've done. I took a sledgehammer and a hammer and was beating the heck out of these tabs right here to try it, because what you got to do is you got to get that raised area right there underneath the detent there, because you don't want this thing coming off. I mean, I don't know what you'd have, gas all over the place, I guess. But here was the trick. I went through a few rounds and finally figured out what to do. Okay, I'm going to back up here. All right, these things I bought at Harbor Freight, and they're, I don't know, long nose vice grips, I guess. They're the biggest ones they had, and they were fairly beefy. And all I did, I bought two of them, okay? They were about 6 or 7 bucks each. But all I did was go on one side. I mean, after beating it, I could not get the thing to go on, all right? So what I did was just stuck this thing in here and got on one side of that tab, and the other side on the outside there's a tab on the outside. Let's see if I can show you. You can kind of see how I did it. And I put one on one side, and then I put one on the other side. And then I would then, you know, take this one loose, let's say, loosen it up or tighten it down a little bit, and then go a little bit further, and then do the one on the other side. It took two to get it on, and finally it just went clunk and snapped in. Okay. So I guess my advice is this does work. It's a cheap fix. It's available to virtually everybody. And the problem was I was beating so hard on those tabs with a hammer that you can actually see the evidence of me having distorted some of the sheet metal there. And of course, you're beating the hell out of something with a hammer. You do have to worry about damaging the electronics in there. And of course, I was worried about that. Hopefully I didn't. I guess time will tell. But if I had this solution to start with, you know, it would have probably headed off, you know, any potential problem and a lot of irritation. So this did work. I wish I had found this video before I did this job. I would have saved myself an injury on my finger. But, you know, I'm real happy right now. It did work. So good luck, guys. Buy the expensive one. I don't know what you can do with AutoZone. If you can hustle them for a better price, who knows? You know, they're in the business of price matching. So show them something off of eBay. They may go for it. They may not. Who knows? Worst case, the one on this side, on the driver's side, you got to buy the good one. And I think they're about $137 each. So, or spend a lot of money and go to the dealership and buy that one. But you're still going to run into the problem. That snap ring is a bugaboo. But anyway, this gets them on. So good luck, guys. Take care.